with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235. Well, welcome to KAZ Network in the heart of 7100 Euclid Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. And with us today, we have a special guest in the house, no other than Patricia Burdock from the Exodus Family Foundation. Welcome to my show. How are you?
I'm doing great.
You doing good?
Doing much better now.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you are busy and you're making things happen and you are making a difference in a lot of young ladies' lives today. So tell our audience a little bit about you.
Well, about me, again, my name is Patricia Burdock. I am married to Anthony, and I have a new fur baby named Blaze, and I have 3 young sons, and I also have 2 granddaughters, 2 grandsons as well. Actually, I take that back. I have 3 granddaughters, and I have 3 grandsons. So, yes. And I am recently retired from the state of Ohio as of last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that I can dive right in with this program to give it my all.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So let me ask you, tell us about your foundation, the Exodus Family Foundation.
Well, our foundation, it was founded by myself in 2017. However, actually it began doing some mentoring with my nieces at the time. And I have a lot of nieces. I didn't have any girls. I had 3 boys, as I said before.
Okay.
But then I also saw the extension of great-grandnieces and other young ladies in the community that needed some assistance. And that's what my heart was and is because I also was working at my church at the time doing the youth program. So I just always had that heart for the youth, and I just saw a great need that they were so lost and misdirected by the influences in their lives, whether it be the music or whether it be school or their friends, social media especially, TV and everything. And they start believing that that's who they were, or that's all they were going to be, or this is the only thing they can be. And it was kind of hurtful to see that because we have some beautiful, brilliant young ladies, and I just wanted to try to help them tap into that to find out who they are. So that's why it was called Learning About Me.
Okay.
So they can learn about them individual selves based on the gift that God has given them, because that kind of defines partly who you are, because it's a gift, and if you use those gifts, then you can find out who you are.
Exactly. What is the age group of the young ladies that you're working with?
Well, we start off at 10 and go up to 18. However, we do have some young ladies that are currently in college that progressed. Like we had one young lady who was on the program with me years ago. She's this is going to be her 2nd year of college, and to see her that progression is just a blessing, because she's the first one in her family to graduate and also attend college. So
Excellent, excellent. So, she was someone that was in the program and she came back. As
she
she
participates in
she's
the
participating.
program even currently now. When she comes home for whether it's Christmas break or spring break, she joins us.
That is awesome,
Yes.
awesome, awesome. So, tell us about some of the services and the needs that you provide for these young ladies.
Wow, it's a lot of the
I
services and
know
stuff
because I
because
was just
it changes based on what's going on with the girls and what's going on in the world. So we're not just stuck to a couple of things. Like we have personal hygiene. Actually have professional nurses come in to teach them and to reiterate that hygiene part. It's so important because some girls don't get that, and it's not good for us as the mentors to share that with them because they would feel like we kind of point them out or they feel
okay.
embarrassed. So we like to have outside women to come in that are nurses that help out, and they always give them a hygiene bag and that type of stuff. So that's one of the things that we love that we like to do. Another thing we like to do is finances. We do we like to expose them to a lot of different finances. We did go to the real estate biz expo this year, and they had phenomenal speakers there. They had finance people and set up all tables, and they had an entrepreneur who who had marketed her salsa, and she spoke to the girls, and she sold her company for millions of dollars to Campbell's, and
Nice.
she put him in a room, and she was such a beautiful one. Rosa, her name was, and she talked to the girls. So that program to teach them about finances. We have a young lady that's in that program that helps them too. She's going to be teaching a piece on finances. One of our mentors, she works with them. And we have so many things. We do entrepreneurship. We have young ladies that have their own little business. So we encourage
Okay.
that. We're going to have a pop-up shop, as a matter of fact. And we're going to encourage the girls to participate and try to do the entrepreneurship, which is Miss Raven's also going to help with that.
Okay.
Etiquette classes, health and wellness and fitness is so important about how their eating habits and, that TikTok, whatever hot stuff they eat is tearing their stomachs up. Their
Yes.
long-term effects of that. We want to teach them that, the balanced meals and everything. We go on different field trips. We're doing a retreat. Every other year we do a retreat at a hotel. We'll be doing it this year.
Okay.
We did career day. We did career vision boards, which they had to pick a career. They had to research the career. They had to do the steps to how they're going to go to the career, like starting from the high school with college or with trade school, or what experience they're going to get. And then they had to put in the middle of their career boards a picture of themselves as that particular career they so chose, which if they want to be a nurse, it had to be a picture of them as a nurse, and they had to introduce it. I think that's a very important piece of them to know. Even starting at 10 years old, we're going to help them with resumes and how to do interviews. We're going to videotape them doing interviews to get them ahead of the game. We do a lot of things that the schools no longer do. That when me and you were going to schools, which is probably like 10 years ago. And,
That's right. That's right. That's right. 'Cause we fresh out of high school.
right, that they don't do. College prep. We have one of our mentors, which she's working in the administrative part. She works at Kent, and she's willing to help them prepare themselves for college prep, college tour. We take them on a college tour.
Yes.
To let them know what's out there, banking and financing. Programs on a weekly basis. We do different things like I said, if stuff come up like choosing good friends. That was one of the things, and being a leader and not a follower.
Yes.
We deal with teen depression and anxiety, dealing with bullying. We had a young lady that was in the program. She just graduated this year.
Okay.
And she was bullied, but she used that gift in her from poetry. She started writing poems to share with other people who were bullied, and that's how she got through her dark spot. So to be able to share that with other girls. So we have we go on field trips, and we do arts and crafts, book club, which we also the reading program, we're going to incorporate that as well to help them. But they have to write, and then they have to present.
Oh, good.
Just like for Black History Week, they had to choose someone. They thought they was choosing, but they had to write so many paragraphs and pages. Then they had to present, because they don't also do that in some schools. They don't teach them how to present, and so the mentors work with them to do that, work with their writing skills and their reading skills, and those type of things. So those things are just some of the things. We went to the Cleveland Orchestra this past May, and it was wonderful. It was phenomenal. This young lady, she spoke about the migration from African Americans from the South to the North.
Okay.
And then they had a musical piece to that. We just went to the circus. We were given, people bless us and give us tickets.
Right.
So we went to the circus last Friday, and we also teach them how to give back as well. We just do what comes up in life. Because some things, even on our list and our brochure, it's things we do that it's not listed because a young lady might be dealing with something. And
right.
We just want to bring it to the forefront of all the young ladies who may be dealing with the same thing that don't want to speak out about it.
Correct.
So we share that in our meetings. We share, we know that some girls laugh at other girls because they're really hurting themselves, and teach them how to respect each other, to be lamb sisters. We call them learning about me, so the acronym is LAM, and teach them how to be lamb sisters, support each other. We have one young lady who sings. She goes to a program, School of Rock, but sometimes she has some events. We try to go to support her. Young ladies that's in track, the mentor goes out to her track meet, because the parents may not be able to go.
Yes.
It's just like a real village. People say it takes a village to raise a child.
It does.
It really is what we're doing.
Yes.
It's just not a cliche saying. It is something that is real. So they go to prom. We try to go to be there when they see them at the prom. And some of the girls we had to, even help out, assist them.
Right.
So, or we'll find programs and resources. My main thing is I cannot do everything, but there are so many other programs and resources
yes.
that we can use. And I'm not one to try to hog my girls, because they don't belong to me. They belong to God.
Yes.
And whatever resources other women have, we tap into that and make phone calls. We create relationships with other programs. At my career day that we had, May 20th, we had ladies who volunteered their time, and they did, each person had a booth, and the girls would go around, they would listen to their career, how they started with their career or their entrepreneurship program. And the most great thing is that we had judges come out and speak, magistrates come out and speak to the young girls. They took their time out on a Saturday, and they just share their experiences, where they came from. And, it's amazing. I try to teach the girls to tap into that. Because some say, oh, I want to be a lawyer, or I want to be a judge. But here they are. They're in front of you.
Right.
Right.
And
there was so many different nurses in different fields of nursing that were there. Girls, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a traveling nurse. But you have to be a nurse first. You just don't jump to being a traveling nurse. And
right.
So there was, again, people shared that. It was just so many different women who came out to share their careers and entrepreneurship with these young ladies. And we follow up with those girls, with our girls, to ask them, what did you learn? Did you still want to do that? Do you,
right.
So now you know what to take to do it. And these women all had challenges, and they shared their challenges, with the girls,
And that's important. That is so important, because when I was working, and young people would come aboard into different positions, and I would tell them, this bank is so huge. This is a stepping stone. And go into other departments. Go and introduce yourself to other supervisors, and ask them, can you come and shadow and just sit and take a day and see, is it something that you may even have an interest?
Yes.
And if the door is open for that, then you may want to apply yourself for that.
Right.
But if you don't know, and if you don't try, then you lose that experience. You lose out. So this networking, because I see that you're offering them, they're going to a lot of different places, and you're putting the right people, and you're giving them the right tools
Right.
to succeed. So I commend you highly on that. I mean, I was looking at your some of the information that you had, and I saw how big your circle has grown. May I ask, how many young ladies do you have right now?
Okay, so that's the thing with the young ladies. The young ladies can be from 8 to 15 amount at one time, because it depends on, like now, some of our young ladies are older and they're working on Saturdays, but we still invite them to different things. Sometimes they're playing basketball during the season for their school, so they can't come, but then they'll jump back in. They always are welcome to come back. So it fluctuates, whether it's 8 or 15. So it fluctuates like that. And that's a good number for us at this time, because you have to have the mentors there to be there for them consistently.
Okay.
And, we start off training our mentors again last year from April. We didn't finish until August.
So you actually train your mentors?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
They have to go to training. And this was a different, we normally don't go that long. We was not intending that to, but God said to me that they need to know who they are.
Yes.
And they need to know some things that, because you don't want that to spill over to them being with the girls. So I had to take a step back for a moment, and I had to just listen to what God wanted me to do. So I brought other women in to help train. And it was great. Virginia Golden, and she's an educator from the Bedford system. Yolanda Armstrong Lathan.
Yolanda.
That's my best friend.
Oh, I got to get in touch with her.
Oh, yes. That's my best friend. She came and trained, and on and on and on. Whatever God put in our heart. Pamela Jones, who's the Kent State, works in cultural diversity and exclusion at Kent State. She trained. And Rosanna, last name is Rosanna, who trained mentors for the mentoring program they had at Bedford school system. Rosanna Ryan, she came and did some training, and I did some training. I try not to do all the training because I don't have all the keys, but God gives me people who have the different keys to touch these women's hearts as well as the young ladies' hearts. So that's important to me.
Yeah, it is very important.
So, and I did want to mention this, that because I do need to mention this. The judges that came with Judge Deborah Turner, she came out.
Okay.
And also Magistrate Judy Jackson Hinton. I think her last name is Judy Jackson Hinton. They both came out and shared their stories and spoke to our young girls, and along with numerous women as well that I do really appreciate for coming out on May 20th for our career day. It was very beautiful. So we have people like that who come in, and then when we do retreats, the women they come who speak to the girls, everything is based on them donating their time and their experience and their education and their expertise and their love. And we have women, psychologists who come out, and nurses who come out, and whatever area we need. It's someone from fitness who did Zumba one year. We have people come out to do the fitness part of it, the team building part of it. Our mentors, we don't do the retreat ourselves. We have people to speak into their lives to do that. And we just try to follow up with what was given to the young girls, because guess what? While they're getting, we're receiving as well.
Exactly.
And another thing I definitely want to say is we are learning as well from these young ladies.
Yes.
Their experience they're having now today is nothing like the experience we had.
I know. I can see it. Life is different.
Totally different. And one of the training tools we do say is to the young ladies, to our mentors in training, do not say, back in my day, we used to. No, the girls don't want to hear that, and they cannot even imagine how it was back in your day.
Right.
They are here, so we have to meet them where they're at.
Exactly.
You're wasting your time doing that. So that's one of the things that we state in there. And I have a group of wonderful women that help me out. My ride or die is Deborah White Sparrow. She's my ride or die. I could go on and on. We break our backs carrying stuff. These young ladies, they give. Sandra Watson, she's been with me for a while. Miss Honey. Miss Honey, she gives us great resources from her job. Oh, Miss
Okay.
Tracy Webb. She one of the ladies who is like a mama.
Okay.
In the you gotta have a mama
You
in the
got to have a
program.
mama in the
Miss
program to
Tracy
keep
Webb, the
things
mama, and when she was doing her advancement in her career, she said, "I'll be back. I gotta take a break." And she's the first lady of a church as well, and she come back strong. And we have Miss Sonette Jones, and I don't want to forget nobody, so now I gotta go down the list now. We
You
have
give
Raven,
everybody their accolades.
Raven Pickerson, and my daughter-in-law Angela Gardner she was a mentor, but now she's stepped back to be a volunteer because she's a nurse and going back to school. Miss Gloria, she brings her young ladies that she has a granddaughter, and she also is a foster mom, and she brings when she's sick, can you help
Okay.
them?
Yes.
So I always thank her. I said, I think it's important that they have transportation in their bar and they have support. And Ms. Gloria, she does do that for us. And it's just Ms. Jan White, she's a volunteer. And Tyra Sparrow, she's a volunteer. And she actually is a mentor as well. Miss Donna. Miss Donna Gray, she's one of our new mentors as well, and she keeps me on my feet. She keeps me laughing. You need that piece too.
Yes.
You need a person to keep you in line. You need that person,
Good. It's
right?
good for the soul.
Right. Miss Deneen Watson, who's on sabbatical. She's doing her educational piece that we do need. She's in psychology. Major as well, so she's doing her thing. But it is so many women who make this work. It's just not me. It's just not Miss Deb. It's all these women are part of this puzzle that these young ladies looking for when they come to the meeting, because they create a relationship and they create a love. Now we do have sponsors too.
Okay, let's talk about your sponsors. Who are some of your sponsors?
Well, when I say sponsor, I mean an individual sponsor.
That's fine. A
So
sponsor
we
is a sponsor.
right. So and that's why I really give them a lot of accolades, because what happens is when we have programs and we're doing stuff, the sponsors they pay for those their mentee. For instance, if we're going to do a retreat, and we are raising money for our retreat, but the sponsor pays as much as they can for that young girl to attend. We went to a bowling, the sponsor pays. For Christmas time, the sponsors, we have a set structure how we want the gifts, and they can give something over that, but all of them requested to buy them some Bath and Body Works sets and pajamas.
Okay.
And then we get them the footies, we give them the little extra stuff like that. And some of the sponsors even say, hey, if there's a girl that doesn't have something, I want to sponsor that person too. So
now that's awesome.
Right. So some of the sponsors, they sponsor during Christmas time.
Yes.
And some of the sponsors, they sponsor all throughout the year for the girls. And yeah, so it's really great. We're just looking for more people to be sponsors, and also administration people. We have a Joanne. She just came along on our program, and I'm prepping her to do part of our administration part, because it's kind of hard for me to get out there and do what I need to do, or to try to get grants and sit at my desk and do grants, or go to my office as I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
And that makes it hard. So we're looking for people to help us in those areas. And again, sponsorship is the key. Our mentors to pay a little small due. It's just very small due that helps us make sure we get through month to month. But we feed
Can
the
I
girls.
ask, what is that?
Just to be a mentor, $25.
$25 a month?
A month, $25 a month. That
That's
helps us
awesome.
with take care of our bills, and keep things running for us. But also we feed the girls every week. Every time we meet with them, we do not leave
So
them.
how often do you meet?
We meet bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly?
So sometimes we meet when we have a program, regular program. And during the month, we might have a regular program. Like, for instance, in May, we had a regular program, but then we also had Career Day. So those 2 days. It's been times we met 3 times because something came up. Someone had some tickets to go somewhere. So we try to make sure most of the girls can get there. So we try to meet bi-weekly, because it is a lot of work. preparing for the food, preparing for the program. We pick up the girls for the parents who cannot bring them. So we don't want to overwhelm our mentors.
And do the girls participate in helping prepare for
The-
events and things
Yes,
like
they
that?
do.
You get them involved?
Yes, we
Okay.
get the girls, like for instance, when we meet in the office on Saturdays, the girls, they help set up and they help break down. And if we're working on something, we're teaching them to participate, help, because this program is for them.
Exactly.
And it gives them the skills of being responsible and also, being able to have a job, take directions, have a listening ear. And we do a routine with the girls. It's kind of like a sister circles where it's a team building where each of them take one end of a piece of rope.
Yes.
And we do it with the adults as well during our training. And once each person across from each other takes a piece of rope, now they look at each other. They look like a big web.
Okay.
And one person has to give directions, and the other person has to be listening. And that same person that was listening to step over the rope, they might give the person to the right directions.
Okay.
So it's about team building, working together, listening, and participating. Because everybody got to participate one way or another.
Okay.
Because in order to get out this big loop, this spider web sort of thing.
Oh, I love that. I love
yeah,
that.
and so we also do that team building in our mentors training as well. But the team
Is
building
there a
is
cost for the mentors training?
No, it's no cost. Isn't that something?
Huh. Okay.
It's no cost for the mentors training. The materials I provide, and also, in the morning, refreshments and stuff like that, and everything. So, because I don't charge them, because what they give is priceless.
Okay, because they're volunteering their time.
Because they're volunteering their time, and you
Right.
can't, in their hearts. That's the most important, because even though you're volunteering, your heart has to be in it.
Exactly.
So that's very important. So I try to, like I said, come out my pocket or get grants and stuff like that. That was on the process of doing. And so that we can be able to operate and get what we need for our mentor training, for our mentees. We have Christian Unity Fellowship that also gives us females, our young ladies, personal hygiene items, even underclothes, brand new. So they help us up, a lot. That helps a lot too as well.
You are doing so much, and I want to ask you, so who has been your role model? I mean, because you have a great heart.
My role model?
Yes, who is your role model in your life? Who has been your role model?
My mother.
Your mother is your mother?
My mother is very giving. She had 6 kids, and she would always give her last to each and every one of us. And then she started with the grandchildren. My mom and dad made sure we went to church. And my mom used to always organize things, bowling teams, she would do trips and stuff like that. And I used to do trips, and I used to do events, and I used to wonder where I get that from. But I looked up, I said, Lord, where'd I get that from? He said, your mom.
Your mom.
And my mom was a giver, and God bless her soul, she just passed away this past September. So I'm still getting through that.
Okay.
And but this helps.
Yes.
Helping people help you. Just like hurt people.
Yep.
Helping people helps you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you, how can our listeners support your foundation today?
Good question. And we need your support. We need everyone's support. We have a web page. It is Exodus Family Foundation Inc.org. You could go on there. There is a donation button on there. You can donate and put your email address in, and you'll get a receipt from that. We are a 501c3 program, so at the end of the year on January, we do give out donation letters if you need them. So that means if you want to donate every month and let it accumulate, you can do that also. You can also check me out. Our email is exodusff1129@gmail.com. Or you can also give me a phone call at 216-832-5572 or 216-510-4050 is the office number.
Okay.
And you can meet us up there. I can send you some information. You could come see how our program works on a Saturday.
And where are you
just
located?
observe. We at 4500 Lee Road, Suite 223.
Okay, and give them that phone number one more time.
216 832-5572.
Okay, excellent. And what is one final thought you will want to leave with our listeners today?
Everyone has a gift in them. But your gift means nothing if you don't use it to be able to share with other people. And our children, our young ladies and men alike, they need your gift. They need to find out who they really are. So whether it's our program you participate, or another program you participate, or even someone in your home or your church or your community, reach out and share your gift. That's the greatest thing you could do for someone. Share the gift that God bless you with to help others.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pat, for coming on our show.
You're so welcome.
And now that's what's going on today. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235.